Hey there, it's Ike with Big Tex Ordnance, and today I have Christian from Badger Ordnance here. He's going to be going over all things C1, talking about all the different accessories and what all this little ecosystem, I guess, what you can do with it and all that good stuff. So Christian, I'm going to let you take it away. Thanks for coming down. And
yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about the Condition 1 modular mount and its nexus of accessories. When it comes to buying a scope mount for your optic, we know that you've spent a lot of money in purchasing quality glass. And so we wanted to be able to provide a system that allowed you to make it exactly what you want as a shooter. And so we're going to go over these accessories, and we're going to talk about everything from 12 o'clock to JArm offsets to laser rails, how all of that works, what pieces you need, and give you the information that you need to make the best decision for setting up your C1 mount. So first things first, when we're talking about the Condition 1 mount, the first thing that you have to know is that we have a patented Condition 1 accessory port. We have one in the fore and aft, and we have it on the left and the right side of the mount. What that allows you to do is to mount on the left or right side a red dot, or an anti-cant device, a bubble level, or an angle cosine indicator. And then when you go through and you actually replace your top ring cap, you can replace it what's called an accessory ring cap. What this allows you to do is now do 12 o'clock dots and mount a Leupold Delta Point Pro, Aimpoint Acro, Trijicon RMR, or any other optic that uses those footprints. And when you have this attached, you now no longer have to re-zero your primary optic whenever you're going through and switching between red dots, or if you are using something like Vortex Impact 4000 or a Storm 2 from L3 Harris, you can use your coaxial laser integration fixture or diving board in order to mount that. And you can swap between a 12 o'clock red dot and a laser rail depending on your application. Now, when it comes to the JArm, the first height and angle offset that we chose was a 45 degree at a 170 height. What this means is that when you have an optic that is attached to your C1 mount, it is going to sit at a perfect 45 degrees and a 170 height. And imagine it's as though you have a regular red dot mount attached to your rifle. It is going to be perfectly in line with the bore, as opposed to being based off of the reticle or the inside of the tube of your optic. What that allows you to do is have a great frame of reference so that whenever you are turning your gun over to access your secondary optic, when you base it off of flat to flat, this goes flat to the deck, you are going to be perfectly in line, and so you won't have any offset issues in terms of retaining your zero in your head and knowing your holds. Now, since then, we have created many more SKUs for the JArm. We now offer 35 degree as well as 45 degree, and we offer two different heights, a 193 and a 170. And we offer those both in black and tan. So when you're using a JArm, whether you select the 45 degree, 35 degree, 170, or 193, what you'll need in order to attach an optic is going to be a microsight mount or a JArm plate. Now, the way these are designed is that each JArm has an indexing recoil lug here, and every bottom of every single plate, there's two different options. And so you can mount it more forward or more rearward, depending on how you prefer. Then that also allows you to switch it to either side and still allow you to mount that to your JArm. Every single plate, and you can see between a JArm and an acro plate, for example, we went ahead and did the hard part, and we calculated the math so that that 170 or 193 height, it's all baked into the JArm. And then the plate simply allows it to sit at that height, so you can be confident that you're getting that exact height no matter which optic you're mounting with a microsight mount. So when we're talking about other offset accessories, tools that allow you to take more precise shots, a couple of those things that we have are the anti-cant device, which is simply a ceramic bubble level, as well as an angle cosine indicator. Now, these are going to be a little bit more specific to a certain kind of shooting that is much more precision in nature. What that allows you to do is check the angle by which your firearm is oriented, as well as having this bubble level to make sure that you are taking shots that aren't off center or off axis. In addition to all of the offset accessories that we offer, we have 12 o'clock accessories, and it really breaks into two different camps, whether it's 12 o'clock mounted red dots or a diving board that is going to be 12 o'clock mounted. They both work off of the accessory ring cap. This replaces your primary scope cap, and for the regular C1, for added rigidity and zero retention, we have an underring that comes with every single accessory ring cap. For our C1 Max, which is a more precision mount, because it is a 6-screw pattern, we don't need that underring, and we can just simply have a regular accessory ring cap. Now, when it comes to mounting these different accessories, whether it's an optical plate or a cliff rail, all you need is one accessory ring cap, and you can switch between them. Cool part is, once you have that accessory ring cap installed on your primary optic, you can switch between different optic plates and not have to re-zero your primary optic again. So if you want to run a Delta Point Pro, or you want to run an RMR or an RCR using an RMR footprint, those are all available to you by simply purchasing a different 12-top plate. Now, we know that when you're going and you're spending your money, it is difficult to justify buying a very expensive mount and not then have the added support of making it tailored exactly to what you want as a shooter. And so we have tried to price these accessories to be affordable because we know that you've already made an investment into yourself and into your primary weapon system. And in all of that, with this C1 Nexus system, it allows you to make a choice. However you want it set up, whether you're a left-handed shooter or a right-handed shooter, whether you prefer 12 o'clock mounting, whether you prefer offset, it is all up to you. And we simply equip you with the tools to be able to do that. Now, every single C1 mount ships with an instruction manual, and this has a lot of great information not only for how to mount your optic, but it also shows some of the different accessories that we offer and how to install them. This is really a cheat code. This helps a ton, especially with new users to the C1 line, in being able to accessorize and know which parts to purchase to give you what capabilities. Something that we want to make sure that everyone is aware of is that, as you can see here on this PSR, you've actually got an offset red dot on one side and an anti-cant device on the other. Whenever you are purchasing offset accessories like a JArm or an anti-cant device, you're going to get this little puck here. And what this allows you to do is screw into the puck on the other side of your C1 port, whichever side your offset accessory is working from. And what that allows you to do is simply mount it and then have positive engagement for your offset accessory. However, with the anti-cant device, because of how it is designed, you can actually use a JArm as the puck that you're screwing into, so you can actually maintain having an anti-cant device on the same side as your offset red dot. Really want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. Now, there's a lot of information to cover, and we may not have covered everything that you may have a question for. And so, if you have any questions, please feel free to DM us on Instagram, leave a comment on this video, or find some other way to reach out to us, giving us a call, or sending in an email, and we will make sure to get you the information that you need so that you can make the best choice for yourself in setting up your Condition 1 modular mount. Thank you.